the record.
Gretchen Flater for the state.
Jesse Sanchez for the defense.
Mr. Wanamaker is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Go ahead and tell me your full name, sir.
Dewan Shakeef Wanamaker.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wanamaker, on the screen, I'm going to show you the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. Can you turn on the camera for the courtroom? There we go. On the screen, you have the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It does allege the offense of attempted escape.
Yes, ma'am.
By jumping over the gate in the courtroom and running towards the exit door after being handcuffed. Okay, you understand what you're being charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a state jail felony. It is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, but that is for confinement in the state jail facility for any period from 6 months to 2 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies to the charge?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to a jury trial on that charge. You have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign the defendant's waiver, that's the document I have on the screen. What you're telling me is you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your electronic signature here at the bottom of the sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Wanamaker, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sanchez, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, he does.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
Yes, he has.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, he is.
I will accept the waiver and make it part of the record.
With my own hands.
Mr. Wanamaker, on the screen, I have the agreement that you made on this case. It calls for 1 year confinement in the state jail facility, no fine, and no application for probation. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
And yes, ma'am. But he said run concurrent too.
Yes, it's going to run concurrent. Once I sentence you, I'll say that on the record. It'll run concurrent with 2020 CR 9006. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Mr. Sanchez, is that your understanding?
Yes, it is.
State, is that your understanding?
Yes, Judge.
What is your plea to the charge of attempted escape? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
I will accept your plea of no contest. I do find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
States 1 is admitted. Mr. Sanchez, are you satisfied that the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm good with faces the name.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Give me just a minute to read the steps.
spades, dominoes. I'm pretty one of those people you can just kind of kick back.
Gretchen,
Yes, Judge.
are the steps attached to the plea packet? I can't. Nothing is popping up.
I did a lot of plea packets today. Hang on.
Maybe not.
I just emailed it to you.
Thank you. Is Soto a plea?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Give me just a minute.
Hey, Gretchen, check your chat. We're joking, Gretchen. He was so fast, Vincent broke his ankles trying to catch him.
You're not funny. You freaked me out. I was like, holy cow.
Did I miss something? And so now I'm searching for the email I had with Tim.
No, Tovar said that he was just, his feelings were hurt because he got juked.
I'm sorry. Don't freak me out like that.
But Tim didn't drop his taco.
I wouldn't imagine that he would.
Yes, sir.
Let's go back on the record, please. Mr. Wanamaker, I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt.
Okay.
I will find you guilty of the offense of attempted escape. It's a state jail felony. I will sentence you to 1 year confinement in the state jail facility of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You do get credit for the time you have been in custody on this case. This matter will run concurrent with 2020 CR 9006. This is a plea bargaining case, Mr. Wanamaker. I did follow your plea bargain agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It's weird.
Thank you, sir. You're
Because he said
excused.
they went to the place to talk to
All right,
her.
y'all have a good
Why would
day.
you talk to a mental patient
You
about
too.
what's going on, when you can't even guarantee that what she's saying can lead up to.
Thank you, Judge. May be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Mr. Gonzalez, can you join breakout room 4?
Is that both Mr. Gonzalez's or just one?
The defendant, Eddie Gonzalez.
I'm ready on Crystal Soto. Do we swear her in?
We have not sworn Soto in, but Eddie Gonzalez has been sworn in. I'll swear her
You
in.
can do it now. And I'm ready on Eddie Gonzalez. So let's swear them both in. Dave, those are the last two pleas we have for today.
Beautiful.
Somebody was asking about you today and they said, I haven't seen his truck parked in the garage in the longest time. We told them that
Probably.
after you work for the county for 25 years, you get certain privileges.
Even with that free parking, David's nowhere to be found.
And I still haven't gotten free parking.
You're kidding.
I swear.
Oh, you have to report to work to get it, is what I understand. Yeah.
Well, there's that. But my truck doesn't fit under the piece of junk garage that they gave me.
The new one?
They wouldn't let me go in the new one.
Nope, the free is only in the old.
Oh.
And I guess
Sorry,
I don't
Dave.
know people that know people, so I might as well be taking Velia.
Or I guess the parking's based
Talk
on
to
your age
Gretchen
too.
about it.
Talk
Yeah,
to
but she can get
me.
you in. She can get you in.
Hey, I'm parking up on 5 and 6 every day. Somebody has a sweet spot on 2.
I don't know who that could be.
You're parking in the new garage, Gretchen?
Heck yeah.
See,
I told you you needed to call those people and harass them about it. Did you ever do that?
I forgot the name. Who do I need to talk to?
Forgot to.
And you know, Tor don't got no pool. He writes a report, tackles a guy, and they don't even contact him about anything.
Oh my goodness.
Tim told me, I read the report and it seemed like Tim was the one that did it. And I know
No, it was all Tovar. But his feelings got hurt because Mr. Wanamaker, he juked out
Yeah, he
Vince at the door and caused him to fall on the ground.
Clerk,
I mean, I got there right there at the end. It was very comical.
Ashley, where are they? Ash. Can you call the clerks and ask them why they got off? We still have 2 to swear in, unless they're both sworn in.
Are they in breakout rooms with them?
No, Mr. Gonzalez is here.
They're in the breakout room with Soto, swearing him in.
Is Gonzalez sworn in?
I don't know.
No, I think he still needs to go to the breakout room.
No, they can do it here.
Okay.
Just do it in here. He shook his head no. David, are you going to the Cowboys game this weekend?
No, not this weekend. I thought that maybe somebody would pitch in and buy it for my birthday, but I guess y'all didn't.
You have to come
Yeah,
in
well,
so we-
they forgot my birthday too. I was expecting like breakfast, cake, or something, but it didn't happen.
Boy, you
Here's
got
your
invited.
here's your
You got
present,
invited to
David.
lunch to the.
David, I just found the email about parking. I forwarded it to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Gretchen. That better not be my gift.
That's it. That's it, brother.
Yeah. And I invited you, Jarvis, to lunch, so you blew it.
Oh, you know what you did? That's right.
Emerald, can you swear in Eddie Gonzalez? I'm ready on his plea.
He was sworn in, Judge.
Okay. Then let's go on the record. This is cause number 2021 CR 9274, the state of Texas versus Eddie Gonzalez. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Samuel Laws for the state, Your Honor.
Gio Gonzalez for Eddie Gonzalez.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Can you tell me your full name, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Eddie Gonzalez.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of is having the chairs, the desk in here.
On the screen, I have the true bill of indictment. Oops, sorry, that's not yours. There we go. Burglary of a habitation with intent to commit an assault is what's alleged to have occurred July 31st, 2021. There's also a repeat offender enhancement allegation. State, can you tell me how we're going to proceed?
As charged, Judge.
So, Mr. Lyles, a burglary of a habitation with intent to commit an assault is already a first degree.
Judge, I believe it's a second degree.
Your Honor, it's a second unless it's a felony, which would make it a first. But if it's just a second, a regular intent to commit a regular assault, then it's a second degree.
Oh, it's not a felony assault?
That's correct.
Let me check the indictment. Yeah, it just says with intent to commit an assault. So you're correct. It is a second degree because it is. So, yeah. I don't know though, because a second degree felony is if there is a burglary of a habitation. First degree, any party to the offense entered the habitation with intent to commit a felony other than a felony theft or committed or attempted to commit a felony other than a felony theft. So then why did you guys put that language in there? If it's not a felony assault, if it's not a felony level assault.
Is the felony language in the indictment, Judge?
No, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was screen sharing. Sorry. I'm like talking this whole time.
That's what they want you in. They want.
Yeah, I don't see a mention of a felony.
No, it's just with intent to commit assault.
Right. So it's a second degree and then the repeater makes it a first degree.
Right. So is it the burglaries are always either a felony theft or a felony assault? I'm pulling up the statute because this whole with intent to commit an assault is what's throwing me off. I'm sorry, I can't.
You might be able to get creative and allege it as a felony assault, but I've never seen us do that. Usually it's a first degree when we're talking about sexual assault.
What I can tell you, Your Honor, is you can do it as a felony assault if he has a prior felony violent violence conviction, and then you commit an assault when he breaks in. That's just based upon my experience.
Right, but I mean, do you guys think that that indictment is specific enough with intent to commit an assault? That's sufficient notice?
Yes, it's because it's any other offense, either theft, assault.
That's the standard language for our Burkheads, Judge. Sometimes they
No,
have two
I've seen more specific ones where they actually say felony assault or sexual assault.
Right.
I think those would be the first degrees on in and of themselves.
Right, so. So the second degree felony can be either intent to commit a felony, intent to commit a theft, or intent to commit an assault. And it doesn't have to specify, I guess, if it's a sexual assault or a serious bodily injury assault. You're saying that's fine? As long as you guys think this is good, I'm fine with it.
That's good, Judge.
I believe it is, Your Honor, and I've advised my client as such.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, you can unmute yourself. You can stay unmuted. We're almost done. So this first paragraph right here, the intentionally, knowingly, or enter a habitation with intent to commit an assault, that's a burglary, that's a second degree felony. Because of your prior penitentiary trip for the possession case, then this second degree felony range of punishment is elevated to a first degree. So that's what I'm going to admonish you on. The range of punishment for this burglary is a first degree felony, punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the institutional division, for any period between 5 and 99 years confinement or life, and also a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies to a first degree felony?
Yes, ma'am, I do understand.
Okay, you have the right to a jury trial, Mr. Gonzalez. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you sign this document that I have on the screen, Mr. Flores, what you're telling me is that you want to give up those rights that we just went over. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your electronic signature here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you were not a citizen of the United States, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Gonzalez, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Mr. Gonzalez, attorney, are you satisfied that your client has a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
I do, Your Honor. I believe so.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
He is.
I will accept the waiver and make it part of the record. Mr. Gonzalez, defendant, on the screen, I have the agreement that you have made in this case.
Yes,
I want
ma'am.
to go over it, and then I want you to tell me if this is your agreement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The agreement calls for deferred adjudication for a period of 6 years, $1,500 fine, no contact order with Susanna Sticklebolt and Julian Rodriguez. An affirmative finding of family violence is made by agreement of the parties. The Batterers Intervention Prevention Program. We're going to do a TAP evaluation and 150 hours community service. Is that your understanding of the agreement, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Gonzalez, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lyles, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, what is your plea to the charge of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit an assault? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No content, Your Honor.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, Your Honor.
or offer you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of no contest. I find the plea is voluntarily made and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offers State Exhibit 1 along with attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
States one is admitted. On this discovery acknowledgement, I think the signature was on the wrong line, Samuel, so I'm just going to print it manually. Both you and Mr. Gonzalez, Attorney Gonzalez signed it, so I'm just going to print it manually because if I sign it there, it's for the defendant to sign.
Oh, okay, I apologize, Judge. I guess I need
That's
to bump it up one.
That's okay. Are you guys asking that the defendant sign off on the discovery?
On this one, yes, Judge. This is going to be this is our new standard one. This case is actually, it predates the September date. I didn't realize that until I already filled it out. So belt and suspenders, why not?
Okay, well, I'll just print it and sign it manually and make it part of the record.
Sounds good.
Give me just a minute. Can I get that, please? Samuel, are these the correct steps?
It should be, Judge. I used them from the last play.
Jackson J. Charles.
What in the world?
See? Jackson J.
I'm not
Charles.
sure. Never seen that one. I think on this, Judge, though, the prosecution guide, it was too big. I need to email it to you, and I may have forgot to do that. I'll do that right now.
Okay, so disregard this. There was a PDF. There was a PDF that I opened.
We were able to upload, I believe, in a picture.
No, that's for Soto. Okay, I'll wait for you to send me that. I'll keep looking, but I think even the offense report is for Charles.
All right, I'll double check these, Judge. That should have been it.
Yeah, this is a possession case. This is not at all.
I apologize, Judge. I have no idea how that. I'm looking at it right now. How weird. I'll send them over.
Okay. Mr. Jackson apparently had synthetic marijuana. This is not the case.
I don't know.
So
It was
I
on
sh-
the e-discovery for some reason, and it looks like that it got bulked into their judge.
Oh.
I don't know how. Because it showed as that was the arrest paperwork, but clearly.
Oh,
not.
okay. So at the very bottom, there's one offense report for Eddie Gonzalez.
Right. And then
Okay,
I'm sending
so
over the prosecution guide right now.
yeah, clerks, be very careful because Eddie Gonzalez starts, his magistration starts at page 31 of 57. So the first 30 pages are not part of his stibs. Just be careful. Thank you. Give me a minute.
Bravo. Right here. 17 Bravo. 17 B, 17 B, 17 check. You got the door for that? I did. Hey, I'm gonna run to the head real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and walk here, man. I think I'm gonna tell him the wrong man. It's not a good idea to do this anymore. And he doesn't listen to me. This is walking down how to do nothing. You know he was on the cell phone, but you know that. You know I know he was on the cell phone. I know he was on the cell phone. I knew he was on the cell phone, but that's what Gardner is there right now. That his name is raising mention probably in the book. They do. I don't know why they act like a brand. They do. They was good as right. They tolerate it. Good. He should have been forced to do it. But now, me and Gil had a big old discussion about this. Right? I told him your boy is trash. I told him your boy is trash. You're not my boy. I told Gil that. Gil was like, you're not my boy. They don't even like me in the courthouse. Hey, I like Gil because Gil is doing it in his own world, man. Gil is like
Go back on the record.
old school.
Mr. Gonzalez, I have some hesitation about the plea bargain, but I'm going to go along with it. But first, we're going to wait for the results of the TAP evaluation. I want you screened for the TAP while you're in custody. And that should be about a 2 or 3 week turnaround. When can I schedule that TAP, Bianca?
Judge, they're closed on Monday, next Monday. So the soonest they could do it would be the 24th.
So we can have them back here on the 31st? Okay, so let's do February for sentencing. We're gonna do February 3rd. That's a PSI docket. Let's go on the record. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings at this time. I am going to order a TAP evaluation while you're in custody, so I will see you back here February 3rd. That's a Thursday for sentencing. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious with this one, Mr. Gonzalez, because the STIPs do say that he was intoxicated that day. So I need to find out what's going on. I need you to go into a breakout room with my probation officer, please. Thank you. We're going to go off the record.
Mr. Eddie Gonzalez, if you
Yeah.
can't get to the breakout room, get a deputy to help you move to the
Okay.
breakout.
Okay. Hold on.
Yara, can I go in there with him and then be excused from there?
Yes, sir. Thank
One
you.
minute. They go to the break room.
Do you guys remember who was it? Who was it that called it a break-up room?
Mike Sawyer.
A breakup. Mike Sawyer? Can you put me in a breakup room, Judge? Breakup. Yeah, Mike Sawyer. He's like, can you put me in a breakup room? I guess he wanted to break up with somebody. I guess some breakups do happen, right? In the breakup room.
He wanted to break up with Gretchen. That's what he asked for, was to go in the breakup room with Gretchen.
You know what it was? It's probably with Gretchen.
Hey, nobody ever wants to go in the room with me to break up.
All right, are we ready to go on the record on Crystal Soto?
Yes.
Judge, I think family violence is done. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. See y'all tomorrow.
Oh, he left. All right. Oh, did I do these CICs? Ms. Acevedo, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, let's go on the record. This is cause number 2021 CR 9274, the state of Texas versus Crystal Dawn Soto. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Gretchen Plater for the state.
Rochelle Acevedo for Ms. Soto.
Ms. Soto is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Go ahead and tell me your full name, ma'am. Ms. Soto is not here. She was just here. What happened to her?
She might be in the breakout room, Your Honor.
No, I see Eddie. Yep. I'm moving her.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Soto, go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, can you hear me? Ms. Soto, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you go ahead and tell me your full name for the record?
Crystal Dawn Soto.
Ms. Soto, on the screen, I have the true bill of indictment that was filed in your case. It alleges the offense of assault on a peace officer causing bodily injury. Do you understand the charge that you have?
I do.
There is also an allegation of a repeat offender enhancement allegation whereby the state has alleged a prior penitentiary trip for the felony offense of assault causing bodily injury of a security officer. State, how are you proceeding?
We are proceeding with only the charged offense, abandoning the repeater allegation.
Ms. Soto, an assault on a police officer causing bodily injury is punishable as a second-degree felony. So the range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years confinement, and also a possible fine of up to $10,000. And that's for confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the institutional division. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies to this case?
She said I was only, that the other cases were dismissed and that I was only signing a plea bargain for 2 years and parole. She said that, that it was a plea bargain for 2 years and parole. That was it, 24 months. She said the other cases were dismissed.
Ms. Soto, I don't know anything about parole or other cases. I'm just asking you if for this case, you understand you're charged with a second-degree felony. I haven't gotten to the plea bargain yet. I'm just asking if you understand the range of punishment. Do you understand the range of punishment?
Oh, is this a different case? I don't understand. She said I only had one case and the only one case was assault on a peace officer. She read the report to me and she said that you had agreed to 24 months and parole. She didn't say anything about what you're talking about right now.
Ms. Soto, I need you to calm down. Number one, I need you to calm down because you're not listening to my question. You have a plea bargain for 2 years. Yes, that's correct. I see that now. But I'm asking you if you understand the range of punishment that could apply to a second-degree felony. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You have the right to a jury trial on this charge. You have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you, and you have the right to remain silent. All of those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Mm-hmm.
You have to say yes. You have to answer out loud, yes or no.
Yeah.
When you sign this document, Ms. Soto, what you're telling me is you're going to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do this afternoon?
Right.
Is this your signature above Crystal Soto? Is this your electronic signature?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
If you were not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Ms. Soto, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Acevedo, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against her?
I believe she does, Your Honor.
Has she been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
And in your opinion, is she mentally competent to waive her rights and enter into a plea?
I believe she is, Your Honor.
Okay. I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Ms. Soto, on the screen, I have the agreement that you made. The agreement calls for 2 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. There's no fine, and the state is going to dismiss the 2 other cases, 666-364 and 666-365. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes.
Ms. Acevedo, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
What is your plea to the charge of assault on a peace officer causing bodily injury? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
Right.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
I will accept the plea of no contest. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offer States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
State's one is admitted. Ms. Acevedo, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
I am, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. And while I'm reading the exhibits, I will sign the dismissals. So give me just a minute.
Hey, Ashley, is Dominic Adams still pending or is it reset?
Is that 131?
Bye. Thank you, Tovar. Okay, let's go back on the record. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will find you guilty of the offense of assault on a peace officer causing bodily injury. And I will sentence you to 2 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the Institutional Division. Ms. Soto, the case that you referenced earlier, the parole case, is that the same one on the indictment, the possession? I'm sorry, the other assault? Where did she go?
What is it?
Is this the case you're on parole for, the 2018 CR 6522? No?
No, Judge, I think she was saying she thought it was going to be 2 years and she would probably be up for parole soon.
I see. So you're not on parole for this 2018 case? No? Okay. All right. So 2 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You do get credit for the time you have been in custody on this case. And I have already dismissed 666, 364, and 365. Ms. Soto, this is a plea bargain case. I did follow your plea bargain agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You're excused. Thank
Do
you, Ms.
I-
Acevedo.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're excused.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, family violence
Alrighty.
tomorrow.
Nope, not us.
Not you guys.
Before y'all leave, we didn't receive the slips for Gonzalez. I don't know if you could maybe just email that to us. I know the outlet's been going slow.
Yeah, I think I have
Okay.
the steps on Gonzalez.
My daycare just sent a message that in my little boy's room, they have hand, foot, and mouth going around and strep and COVID.
Oh,
I hate that.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Like we don't go anywhere on the weekends so that we don't spread things and don't get things spread to
Yeah.
us. And here we go. He had hand, foot, and mouth like a year ago.
I'm sorry.
Is he
Be
in daycare?
careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah. Sucks.
You know,
Ask
I never heard of that until recently. I never heard of hand, foot, and mouth the whole time my kids were in daycare until recently.
Hey, ask your doctor on that prescription of that cream they give you. If you go fill it, they give you like 10 tubes. You can just hold on to it. So next time you see it and recognize it yourself, you don't have to take them back to the doctor.
We didn't do anything the last time. It just kind of resolved itself. He didn't like scratch them or anything.
No,
he didn't
but
really
he
complain.
was tearful. I remember he would cry. I remember you taking a plea and holding him.
Yeah, that's just because he wanted to be held, not because he
not because of the hand, foot, and mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys
See
on
you.
Wednesday.
Sounds good. See you on Wednesday.
Yes. Bye-bye.